Zo dadelijk, als er mensen aan die vragen zijn, steek lekker je hand omhoog, roep wie je bent en vraag wat je te vragen hebt. First of all, Jenson, sort of fresh out of the track, like you found out it was narrow. Was it in the end too narrow?
No, I mean, it's not about setting a time, obviously. Well, it is supposed to be, but for me, it's this is a great experience because every time I drive a Formula 1 car, it's obviously very serious, it's business, but driving around here, it's great fun. It's a great experience. You know, I think we did 260 kilometers an hour, or even a bit more down one of the straights. So it's pretty quick around a village. I think where the speed limit is 30 kilometers an hour normally. But also I was able to do a couple of donuts, which was a lot of fun, and I hope I put on a good show.
What happens in the brain of a Formula 1 driver if you step into this Merc, the normal road car, you drive around that track? What do you do at that point? I sort of half light maybe, you never know. Signal. It just looks okay. Brake point's probably here, brake point's probably there. This is narrow and this is. Yeah. What happens? How do you take the track into your mind?
Well, the two last corners are very tight, so you have to be careful there. But yeah, basically it's just understanding where it goes. And then you jump in the F1 car and it's a completely different experience. There is nothing like a Formula 1 car. You know, the sound, the smell, the speed, the braking. So you can't compare it to anything, and even driving around here, you know, the braking is phenomenal. You know how quickly this thing stops, yeah, I've really enjoyed driving it. I think it's fun.
You do some demos around the world. You did one in Manchester. I see you did one in Moscow. You have to rate what happened here today about the track layout.
Well, the thing is, normally when I do
honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
Normally when I do one of these things, you know, it's straight. Turn around, straight back. So it's basically just getting people to see a Formula 1 car and to hear it. But this is different because I can, you know, I can give it, as we say in English, I can give it the beans. You know, I can give it maximum, and I can brake late for corners, and it's more fun for me. And you know, the people that live here, they've suddenly got a Formula 1 circuit in their back garden. I went past this woman and her child at 260 kilometers an hour. She's got fingers in her ears, obviously. But it was just the most surreal moment. She was in her back garden watching a Formula 1 car come past at 260 kilometers an hour. So a great experience, and I think, you know, I think we all need to thank Vodafone for putting this event on. I think it's very special for here, you know, for the town. And it's very special for me to be a part of that.
How did you come up with this little town? Because I know Jenson Button has never been to Roggel. I can tell you, I've never been to Roggel, ever.
Well, so the DNA of Vodafone the Netherlands is here in Limburg. And this is a very nice town, and so we got in contact. And the support and the enthusiasm was really amazing from everybody basically. So it was very good being here, working here with everybody.
Who loves Roggel? We love Roggel. Place rocks.
You're quite good with it. Not too bad.
I see. This is just wrong. It sounds like fetish shit.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I should be saying that.
No,
in English, that sounds wrong.
I know.
We'll keep that one to the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
You come from a village called Frome.
Frome.
Sorry. With two O's.
No, it's not with two O's, but we pronounce it wrong. It's Frome, so it's F-R-O-M-E, but we pronounce it with two O's for some reason. We're from Somerset, so we speak strange.
Any similar to this? Similar-ish?
No, I mean the wheels are still on the car, so it's quite different to where I'm from. They'd be gone.
Wow, right. Is er iemand die zegt van nou Mol, ik heb wel even gehad met jou. Ik wil wel eens even wat serieus aan hem vragen. Speak now will be silent forever. Die wil wat vragen ze jou waarom?
There must be some questions.
Kan daar een microfoon bij of niet? Hebben we nog een speertje? Het zou wel even handig zijn dat even iemand naar deze niet doen. Sorry, ja, het is even als horror. Zeg wie je bent. Tell who you are.
Ivo Hoekstra from the regional newspaper here. And Mr. Button, so you're talking with the winner from the simulator. What were you talking about?
Basically, just he said that it's just amazing that he's driving around his hometown in a simulator. You know what I mean? And there's a Formula One car going around the outside of him while he's driving the simulator around his hometown. He said it's just the most amazing experience, and he seemed really happy. And I hope that's the same for everyone else that's here today, because it is an amazing experience. You know, I've been racing for 11 years now in Formula One, and for me it still takes my breath away every time I step into a Formula One car. And especially doing something like this, because it is so much fun. So he seemed very happy, and he said it's the first time he's ever driven a simulator, especially a Formula One car in a simulator, so he enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you.
I love your accents. It's great. Your language is the coolest language ever.
Dutch.
Dutch is the best language in the world.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Ja. Iemand anders die nog een vraag heeft over een talencursus of whatever, zeg maar.
Ja,
Komt de microfoon bij jij? Die kijkers? Ja! Nee, dit is TV, man.
hello, we're from Poland, we're from the Dutch national television. I was wondering, is there another racetrack in the world which is similar to the Grandprix of Roggel?
Not really, it's quite narrow. You know, we wouldn't be in a race here because you can't actually overtake or do anything. But Monaco, I suppose, is the closest, and I suppose that's pretty cool.
Monaco is the
The
closest.
closest circuit to Roggel is Monaco. How wicked is that? No, but it's great, and I mean we've got some new asphalt laid for us, which is just phenomenal. Yeah,
Asphalt?
I mean, asphalt, the tarmac.
Oh, okay.
So it means we can get some pretty high speeds. But you know, the speed isn't so important. It's mostly just seeing the smiles on people's faces. It's quite difficult to see them all. I was trying my best. I was driving around, but there's a lot of happy people out there, which is good.
Did you hit some local wildlife?
No road rash.
No birds.
No birds?
I didn't hear any birds, so, which is good. But I think, yeah, a great experience for everyone here.
Were you a little bit nervous last night because it's a small town, small streets, and you have to push to the limit?
I was nervous last night, but I soon got over it, and you know, I was in the game, and you know, to me it was a great experience. You know, I really enjoyed myself. It lasted longer than I thought, but it was good.
You still got that adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, it's still pumping, you know, but yeah, it's still pumping. Yeah.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Cheers.
Jens, is this sort of your way of life? Yesterday on the roster in Imola, and then jumping into a plane, landing in God knows where.
Mate, you would not believe it. My pilot, we flew here privately because it was the only way of getting here after this. My pilot landed the plane in his underpants. And that is the coolest thing, isn't it? Have you ever known that? And he said, we're landing into Holland, it's the coolest place in the world, so I'm going to land in my underpants. How amazing is that?
What was the brand?
Hugo Boss.
It was a tricky one, eh?
Yeah. Luckily, he wasn't drinking any Johnny Walker at the time. Yeah, but he was on his Vodafone. You know that, yeah, that's good.
He's a pro. He's a pro. Iemand anders nog? Any other serious questions in Dutch or whatever? Because he likes our language. We can try in Dutch now. See what he gets from that then. Iemand? Ja. Daar gaat nog een hand. Daar komt een microfoon. Zeg wie je bent en wat je wil.
What's your prediction for the remainder of the Formula One season? I mean, I can't see Vettel not getting this, but it looks like an interesting four-way split for the second place.
Yeah, it's a little bit upsetting, I guess, that Vettel's got such a lead. To be fair, he is doing a great job, and so is Red Bull. So they're difficult to beat, but you know, we're taking it every race at a time. You know, we know the championship's pretty much over, but we love winning. You know, we love fighting for wins. The emotion when you win a Grand Prix, it's such an amazing experience. You know, because over a championship, you know, when you're heading towards winning a championship, you sort of know the direction you're taking. But when you win a Grand Prix, it's such a special moment. It really is. You cross the line, check a flag, you see the team. Yeah, very, very special. So our aim this season is to win every single race from now on. It's not easy, but that's the aim. And you know, I said to the team that I want to win the second half of the season championship, which is the last 9 races. At the moment, I'm second. 10 points behind Sebastian, but we're going to have a good go, and I think if everything goes right, we can win races. You know, we're quick enough, we've had some little mistakes lately. So get over them. We're going to win races.
People might think that Formula One is one guy in a car, but it's far more a team sport than I think a lot of people here realize.
Yeah, I mean even here, the amount of guys we have here to run a Formula One car, it's phenomenal. It really is. And in a circuit we have 45 people that's putting the car together, running the car. But we also have several hundred people back at the factory building the cars, designing the cars. It's unbelievable, the business of Formula One. And if one person doesn't do their job right, you're never going to win races. So from a driver's point of view, you do the driving, obviously, which is the most important thing, but we also need to keep the team spirit up. We need to be positive. We need to make sure that everyone in the team is doing their job correctly and feels that they are playing their part. So it's not as simple as us just getting in the car and having fun. There's a lot more to it than maybe you see on TV.
How much of an autograph in this year's car is yours? What points in the car that you said, we need to do that on the suspension, we need to do that? Is there any time during the season or the build-up of a car where you might hammer your fist and tell us, no, that's the direction we need to go? Or has that changed over the years?
No, definitely. I mean, the great thing with Vodafone, Beukelaar and Mercedes is that they listen to the drivers. Every team does, but this team's special in a way. I came to the team last year and immediately they were asking me, so what would you like to change? And for me, there was so much that was right within the team. It's a phenomenal team to work with, so much history. They've achieved so much, but there were certain things that they just don't know how to do it differently. So, I come with the experience of working with other teams, and you have your input. So they really do listen, and it's great. Every time I'm in the simulator, which is sort of like the one here, a little bit more high tech. But every time I'm in there, we test something for next year. So we're testing something at the moment which is specific for next year's car. And when we do that, we get 4 people come into the simulator, they're on the computers, they're downloading all the data and what have you. And that's on top of the 4 people that run the simulator. So we've got 8 people watching me drive around on a simulator on my PlayStation. So it's, this business is crazy, and it still shocks me at how many people are involved making 2 cars go around a circuit.
And then there's all the people in the factory, from people who deliver the tea to people who make bolts and.
Yeah, exactly. And every time we win a race, we light up the McLaren sign outside the factory, and everyone wears their rocket red tops at the factory. So it's a really good atmosphere, and this team is so hungry to succeed. They're so passionate about racing. Everyone says the Italians are, but our team is so passionate. But maybe they just don't show it so much. Most of them are British, and we're quite reserved. Well, most of us are.
Some of them are. Not your pilot.
That was a joke, actually. Didn't really.
Well, that camera's gone now, so he thinks it's on. Iemand anders die nog denkt van, hey, dit kan er nog wel even bij. Steek je vinger op en roep het. Nu kan het. Hij is niet zo heel vaak in Nederland. It's gonna fly away today somewhere. A lot of people might not know this, but you're into what? This is biathlon or triathlon?
Triathlon.
Triathlon.
Yeah.
Why do you do that for fun?
I like the pain. Yeah, it's a bit sick really, but yeah, I'm very competitive, as you can imagine. And when I was having some pretty bad years at Honda in 2007, 2008, I needed something to really, sink my teeth into, and triathlon was the best sport for me, and I really enjoy it. The good thing is it's very diverse with the training. Yeah, I've done alright actually. Not as good as in F1, but I've done alright. I'm never going to win in triathlons, but it's something that I really enjoy. It's nice to have a hobby away from Formula 1.
Okay.
I think there are only 2 villages, towns in the world that have had a Formula 1 car drive through them.
I think so. One in Poland with Kubica?
Yeah, so there aren't many. So yeah, this is a great experience for all of us. We should never forget this. It doesn't happen very often.
It's
so.
a true lap. That's what I like about it. It's a genuine.
Exactly.
It's a lap-ish. Can we look forward to Singapore with you, just for sure? That's the next race in the calendar.
Yeah.
We here all have the mistake that we think it's a night race, so that people don't switch on the television in the afternoon, but they think, oh, it's a night race. No, that's because of the time difference. But,
Yeah.
We've heard a lot about, when we went there for the first time, about lights and lighting and vision. How do you prepare for that? Do you wear a different visor, for instance?
Not really, because the lights are very bright. You know, it's a night race, but it's completely floodlit. So, well, some places are a little bit darker than others, but it's pretty bright. So we have to have a dark visor, like we drive in when it's sunny. So it's no different. But Singapore is a very special race because it is at night, and the atmosphere is amazing. It really, really is. Because the Formula 1 cars at night, you can see the sparks coming off the bottom of the car. You know, running over bumps because it's very bumpy there, and you see the sparks coming off, and it's just phenomenal. It is such a show. The memory for me that really stands out is driving around to the start, and there's a bank of grandstands on the left, and we go under the grandstand basically, and I think every single person in that grandstand, it was full, must have had their camera, and they pushed it. It seemed like they all pushed it at the same time, and all the flashes went off, and a phenomenal atmosphere. You know, really, really nice to be a part of that. Very physical race, mentally very tough as well, very bumpy, humid, and really that's the race we train for. You know, that's the toughest race on the calendar because of, you know, it's a tight, twisty circuit, bumpy, it's so hot, and it's at night, so you know, concentration is at a high.
Do you keep in European time schedules? Because that's what I used to do when we were there. Just keep the European time schedules, so you wake up at 5 in the late in the afternoon, around 12:30,
Yeah.
and you go to the city, you eat late.
Well, not really, because I'm heading to Japan on Wednesday. What's today? It's Monday today, isn't it? Yeah, I've got 2 days at the factory, making sure that we've got a nice quick car for Singapore. And then I head to Japan, where my girlfriend is. 3 weeks away, it's a long time, so I'm decided I'm going to fly to Japan this year. And then I fly from Japan to Singapore, so no, I don't stay on English time zone. But for me, it's weird, Singapore. You seem to have more hours in the day. Weird, isn't it? You get more sleep, you get more rest, and you still do the same work. I don't get it. So we should have more of these night races. Maybe we should do this at night. Come back next year and do it at night time. Would you reckon? It'd be cool, eh? Then we go to the bars and stuff afterwards. That's fun.
Yeah, talk Dutch.
Yeah, talk Dutch.
Right. I want to think, oh, this is good so.
Yeah.
I just want to know how it felt to pass 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher.
That's a good question. That's
Let me rephrase that.
the great thing about yesterday was, you know, the first 5 people that finished the race were world champions. And I overtook 3 of them, which is the best bit for me. There was one that was missing, but he was a little bit too fast. But no, it was a great experience, and passing anyone's great in Formula 1. It's not easy, but when you make a move and it sticks, and it, you know, it's such a special feeling. It really is. I had a little giggle to myself afterwards. Because it was strange because I was able to get the move done very quickly after passing my teammate Lewis. So it was a fun move, and then I could chase down Fernando. It's always tricky in Italy though, chasing down a Ferrari. You're driving down the straight and you can see people with their thumbs down like this. It's like, okay, I'm not loved here, but hopefully I'm in Holland. But it was a great race, and we should be happy with the result we had. We didn't win, but and I didn't win today either. But today was pretty, you know, today was as much fun as yesterday, I must say.
You came second the last 3 years in Monza.
Yeah, I know. I had second here today as well. But anyway, thank you for that in-depth question. Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you very much for our British contingent at the back.
Anybody else?
6th of August 2006, your first Grand Prix win in Hungary. It was a wet race.
Yeah.
And this year again. Are you a wet race specialist?
I like it wet.
You're in Holland.
Wow. I am disgusted. Anyway, I like
It doesn't
it wet.
matter a wet track.
I like it wet, but I also the conditions I do like is when it's dry, you know. Right, serious now, come on guys. You guys are unbelievable. Right, no, seriously, the conditions when they're changing, I like it because you've got to try and find the grip, and you know, finding the grip is something that's very different for us because, you know, a lot of racing in a Formula 1 car, a lot of it's memory. So you do one lap, you know what the grip is, and it's in the memory bank. And then you come on the next lap, and you pretty much know what you're going to find. But in those conditions, when it's changing, you got to think on your feet, and you feel every single bit of the circuit. And I love, feeling the circuit. So it's a condition I really like, and I've done pretty well in it so far. So I'm hoping for some more moist races, in between races. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Thank you.
Cheers. That's a good question.
Yeah,
But no, it's amazing, I won my first race in the wet, and it was such a special race for me. The thing was, I didn't get to celebrate it. I had to fly to China straight away after and do some PR. I love PR. Seriously, drive it. No, but to be fair, this is a PR. This is fun. This is amazing. If all PR days were like this, actually, I'm going to stop there. But seriously, drivers say that they drive for free, they race for free, and they get paid to do the PR. But this is so much fun. I'm having a great time today. I think some of it's driving a Formula 1 car, but also you guys are great fun. Yeah. This place is awesome. I'm moving here.
It doesn't get any better than that, so let's leave it there. Dames en heren, applaus voor Jenson Button.
Ja, de